Okay, I want to do another video on what has been done to us, right? And I really start with the contention that we are in a world that is heavily manipulated by forces behind the scenes, right? That put us into boxes, give us false beliefs that we live by, and it damages our lives. Jesus, of course, is the solution, right? And if we read the Gospels, there are solutions there. So I want to talk about success. What is success? Well, here's an example of worldly success, really. I was watching a video today, and this guy was talking about how he's a millionaire. He says, to be a millionaire, you have to hang around with successful people. Like, don't hang around with people who, have a negative view of things and they're defeated and, on a bad road. And he's right to a large degree. I knew this woman a long time ago who had been in jail. She straightened her life up. And she said to me one time, people can only teach you what they know. So if a criminal knows how to be a criminal, he's going to teach you how to be a criminal. If a person is addicted to drugs, they're going to teach you how to be addicted to drugs. If a person is, always lying and manipulating and conniving and blaming others and not taking responsibility, well, that's what they're going to teach you. And if someone is a success, they're going to teach you success. And if someone is honorable, they're going to teach you how to be honorable. And if they're hardworking, they're going to teach you how to be hardworking, et cetera, et cetera. You get the point. So there's truth in that. But this rich guy, this millionaire, one thing he said I did not like. He said that he grew up in a place where people were, plumbers and welders and carpenters and all this stuff. And he said that wasn't success. They weren't successful. And I said to myself, wow, that's arrogant to say such a thing, right? That these working people who keep his life comfortable, because without the carpenter and without the plumber and without all these people, I don't think he'd have his little nice house working properly, right? No matter how much money he threw at it. And I think he missed the point here, in my opinion. He's right in the sense that you don't want to hang around with people who are negative and going down the drain, right? Like Jesus hung around with people like that because he was trying to doctor them, to heal them. If you're not strong enough to heal them, they're going to rub off on you. You're going to get bad habits. That's why kids pick up bad habits when they're with, thugs and hoodlums. They become like that. They listen to music like that, like this, rap culture is very, criminal oriented. And then you learn that behavior. You imitate it, right? And that's not successful. And that's what this guy was saying. But what is success ultimately, right? Well, Jesus said there are two things to do for salvation. Love God with all your heart, mind, soul, spirit, body, everything. Love God. And two, do unto other people as you would have them do unto you. So give other people a fair shake. You want to be robbed? Well, then rob other people. You want to be cheated? Then cheat other people. You want to be, abused? Then abuse other people. That's what he's saying. If you want to be treated kindly, treat other people kindly. Give out what you want to receive. This is what Jesus said. And if you look at near-death experiences, now this is outside the Bible, but I've listened to enough genuine near-death experiences, and when they're on the other side, they're judged not by how much money they accumulated, if they were, famous. There was one time I listened to an NDE where there was this very successful movie star. He was successful in the 50s and 60s. He was like a cowboy guy. And he said when he died and went over on the other side, they could care less about his movie career. Like, that wasn't important. It was all about how he treated other people. Everything was about how you treat other people. And it's the same with and there were other movie stars too that I heard that had died, and it was similar. and rock stars and things like that. It was all about how you treated other people. This is a reoccurring theme in these near-death experiences. That's what matters. They don't say, well, you have a PhD? Wonderful. Good job. How much did you die with? Great. You did great. It's all about, were you selfish to other people? Were you cheating other people? Did you cause other people suffering? Did you cause other people happiness? Did you act charitable? Did you act kindly? Et cetera, et cetera. That's the kind of thing. So that really is true success. Because Jesus said, what does it matter if you gain the whole world? You gain the whole world, right? You have all this land like Bill Gates and all this stuff. But this guy's done some really shady stuff, Bill Gates. His soul, in my opinion, is in danger. So what good is it you die with billions of dollars and then you're in a very bad place in the afterlife? What good is it? Well, there's no good in it. There's nothing wrong with being wealthy. I don't think Jesus is condemning money. He's condemning the deification of money when it becomes a god. If you can let it go, then it's not your god. If you can't let it go, well then you got to work on that. Spend it accordingly, use it wisely accordingly, save it accordingly if you need to, but don't make it a god. And this rich man that in the video, he missed the point. His version of success is that, you have to have millions of dollars and, if you don't have that, you're not a success. That's ridiculous. Because if that's true, then Jesus wasn't a success and neither was St. Joseph or the Holy Mother, right? Jesus died with zero money. St. Joseph was a humble man. Virgin Mother obviously had nothing because St. John took her in. I think it was St. John took her in to take care of her. So I guess they're all failures, right? Well, of course, that's absurd. Absurd because, see, success is not based on material accumulation. And again, there's nothing wrong with having those things and blessing other people with the material goods you have, because if you have a lot, then you can give a lot, which is great. But you can give a lot even if you don't have anything. You can give of other things. But my point is, what is success? According to Christ, success is loving God and doing good to others as you would have them do unto you. That's success. A person that does that is a successful person, no matter if they die with $10 or $10 million. That's the point. And this is what the rich guy is missing. I don't know why he would absolutely. I mean, how could you absolutely say that a person that's in a profession like carpentry or plumbing or whatever is not a success? That's ridiculous. I couldn't believe it was coming out of his mouth. Arrogant. Right? I mean, then St. Joseph's a humble carpenter. But, show me a house that's going to stand up without a carpenter. The rich guy's house that he bought, well, a carpenter helped build it, right? Electrician helped build it. A mason helped build it to put the foundation in. So it's absurd. These people say things like this. But success, and of course we've been taught this. This is my point. We've been taught by these wicked people that control things that success is completely based on the material things you've accumulated. That's not true. That is not true, because there are so many saints who died with nothing, but yet they were very, very successful people. Because you don't stay here. You don't stay on this earth. You die. It's inevitable. And then on the other side, you're judged by what you did. And then you're put in a place accordingly. That's the success that you want. That's the real success. That's the money. The good deed you do, you have a bank account on the other side. The more good you're doing, right, the bank account grows on the other side. You can have a big bank account here, but you never spent a dime helping other people. Someone in need. Genuine need. I'm not talking about feeding addictions and things like this. I'm talking about someone in genuine need that you could relieve some suffering. Even of animals, humans, animals, whatever it is. God would show you where there's need to help others. Elderly that need maybe their, lawns mowed or something. Can't afford it. Whatever. There's a million things you can do. Nursing homes where you could go volunteer. Hospitals where they're desperate desperately in need of help. There's a lot of things you can do. But you die and you never did any of this except care about yourself. That's a problem for what, for success, to be really called successful. So I'm just saying that in this life, we are taught by these wicked people that success is completely materialistic, and it's not true. Not according to the Bible, and not according to Christ. You can have the material things, but that doesn't mean you're successful. Successful is when you follow those two great commandments. Love God, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's it, in a nutshell. Well, that's my little 2 cents here, for whatever it's worth. I could be wrong. It's up to you to decide. Take it for what it is. Thank you for listening.